No shade, but something that academic said, he said something about all the women back in the day. He said that whenever they man cheat, they used to hold it in. Nowadays, bitches want to get their lick back. They want to cheat back, do shit, which is cool. But I feel like once you get a man that has status and he got money like that, bitch, oh, you can cheat on me all day, all night, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You're supposed to hold it in as a woman. Like, my mom told me that. Like, she said, like, all men cheat. Like, you need to hold it in. You can't be going mad at him because it's their nature. Like, men cheat, it's their nature. So you can't really get mad at somebody for that. You just gotta accept it. You know what I mean? Gotta accept that shit. Oh my god, there's a coconut tree?
Yeah, those are coconut trees.
Oh my god, y'all, that's a coconut tree.
You see how it's green? It's not ripe yet.
Oh.
Apparently she's a streamer, Aya. Hopefully I said her name right. Nice looking girl. What you gotta understand is this too. All men cheat, and if she basically said if you got a dude who got the bag, you're supposed to ignore the cheating. The women back in the day ignored the cheating. I'm here to debunk some myths. The women back in the day didn't debunk the cheating. This is why you had 3 uncles that looked like motherfucking Wesley Snipes and one that looked like El DeBarge. It was a lot of men back in the day raising another man's child, you know, amongst the other children, and they all thought they were real blood and brothers, real blood, full blood brothers and sisters. Sometimes a dude wasn't even a man's real blood. And, you know, they don't talk about how the dudes back in the day accepted when the grandma or the great grandma went out there and cheated. Let me debunk that, bro. That's why so many, this whole blended family thing, it was covert back in the day. Let me address that first. It was covert back in the day. This is why you got, you know, you got different, like a house of 10 different siblings, and they all was a different, you know, assortment. Like you got some fucking, you know, you got some Skittles. They all was different colors and shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't really speak on that. Grandmother also was stepping out. Grandmother was also cheating. Grandmother also was getting popped off by the man down the street. They give these women, honestly, they give these women of yesteryears too much credit. You know, they stayed with the man. They believed in family, just like the Dominicans and a lot of Spanish communities believe in family. They believed God. They believed what was best for their children and themselves. But they still did. They did a lot of dirt. And a lot of the dudes that y'all was talking about that was like have families across town or other families across the street, those was really the Pookies and the Ray Rays. But back in the day, even the Pookies and the Ray Rays got married. That was just the thing you had to do. So you thought once they got married, all the cheating, all the abuse started? No, they was dating the Pookies and the Ray. It was just a traditional thing to do. We still had a tradition in the black community. It was a traditional thing to do, bro. So this whole thing where we just held, man, bitches be lying to the women. They was fucking other dudes too. They were having, it was so much paternity fraud going on back then. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the man accepted it. You know, they both accepted it for the greater good of the family. And this is why so many siblings don't really fuck with each other. It is what it is. It happens on both sides. We still hear about it today. It was a judge, a Brad judge, who said that, you know, he's 50, he was about 60, and he found out all 3 of his kids wasn't his. This is a judge. Okay? But the thing about it is this. There's a lot of good dudes who got money who won't cheat. But women are, especially black women, are not attracted to those guys. Most American women are not attracted to those men. That's what y'all gotta understand. There's guys that think about cheating, and it crosses every woman's mind. It crosses every man's mind. When you see something that's fine, that's attractive, you don't turn it on and off what you're attracted to. You know, but your discipline is what really sets you apart. Right? Your discipline. So most men that's with a woman they really love and they really like and they got something to lose, whether it's a marriage, whether it's somebody they really love, whether it's their children, they not cheating. They don't have a heart to cheat. Believe it or not, most men don't have the heart to cheat. Most men that's locked in relationships and marriage, especially when it's financially beneficial to both parties, or, you know, it's beneficial because I don't want to lose my family, I don't want to lose my kids, I don't want to lose my wife. They not cheating, bro. Most guys are not cheating. Believe it or not. Now, if you start depriving them of cooter catter, you know, that is what it is. But they only look, you know, especially urban women, black women, they only like a small percentage of guys, and those small percentage of guys don't give a fuck. That's what they don't really, women don't really look for the things that men look for in a wife. Men that correctly look for a wife, they looking for your character. They looking at your attitude. The men that's real attitude, character, your usefulness, your skills. You might be rough around the edges here and there. Hey, I can work with that. Can you cook? Can you nurture? Can you love? And I say this all the time. I be wondering why so many guys are attracted to single black women, single mother black women, because when they dealing with their children, that's the only time most of them is being seen in their femininity. You know, so you have to understand that part of the game too, y'all. Y'all gotta understand that. But they only deal with the guys, a certain to 20% of the guys, and I feel like it's shrinking. And those guys already know I can fuck all of y'all because y'all not gonna take the rest of the 80% of the men that actually love you, the men that actually want to protect you, provide for you, give you the provision, give you the game to be successful. You know, they want to give you the game to be successful. They're telling you what we need to do. We need to save this money. Don't worry about this trip. We need to put the kids in this school and do this. We need to split this right here and do it this way. And the women don't want to do that. They don't want to do it the right way. They want to do it the wrong way. They want to be single mothers. They want to argue. They want to fight. They want to, you know, I want to be a housewife, but don't have no housewife skills. Oh, you got to pay all the bills, or I'd rather just do it on my own. All that shit. They'd rather be like that than build, right? But you see, you know, the Chinese, Japanese, all the family working at the Chinese spot. They all support their post spots. They all support their businesses and all that type of stuff. The grandmother working, the mother working, the kids working. Everybody work for the family business. Everybody is making the family business successful. It's passed down to another family member. They do it again, and they do it again, and they do it again. But our women don't see it that way in the black community. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do nothing. Expedition Max. I seen Platinum. I didn't know they started naming them Max and shit. But they don't want to do nothing. We both work and grind now. And then we both vacation and raise the grandchildren or enjoy later. They don't really believe in nothing like that. So they want somebody to take care of them. If I'm taking care of a bum who ain't doing nothing but looking pretty, why wouldn't I go fuck other hoes? Why would I even commit to you? Why would I even marry you? For what? You ain't doing nothing. You know, you got children, you want a maid, you want a wet nurse, you want a nanny, you want all this different stuff. Why do I have you then? If you staying at home and you ain't grinding, why do I have you? You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just to the point that they don't like the men that treat them right. And when the men that treat them right go for the girls that they feel like they better than, they more attractive to, or they go deal with white women and Asian women and women that appreciate, that build with them, that amplify them, that help their dreams come true, their dreams come true between both of them, then black women looking salty. You can't win with that mentality. The mentality that most women now starting to develop in America. You starting to see it with some Beckys too. Most of the feminist, you know, ideology that they have, or, you know, especially in the matriarchy of the black community that they starting to have, is, oh, I should be doing all the work and you should benefit. Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna stay and do that. So it's not that these guys, you know, it's not men out there that won't cheat. You see them lame poker niggas who get money, or these dudes in the tech industry that get money, and they get the woman that they drink. They don't be cheating on them women, bro. They don't know how to cheat. They don't know how to cheat. Most women, if they dated the guy that was best for them and the guy that really loved them, they wouldn't even cheat on them. And if they did cheat, it was something that you did. You cheated. Your attitude. And Corey Holcomb always say this: if you want to know how a woman feel about you, it's the attitude. The minute she got a problem, or the minute she find out you cheat, because women don't like to bring it right up sometimes, or the minute they have an issue with a political view or something that you say or do, you can just say, or they find out something about you they don't like, instead of ask you to address it, they get an attitude. And women are cowardly. Let me say that first and foremost. Women are cowardly. So they first thing is flight. And it's natural. It's supposed to be that get out of here, get out. They don't want to work through nothing. So when you get a woman that's legitimately willing to work with you and work through issues, every time they play, let's say they played off playing the original Super Mario, and they got to a part in the game, and they just like, I quit. I'm never playing again. They bought Super Mario 2, got to a certain part of the game, quit. I'm never playing again. They got to Super Mario Bros. 3, quit. I'm never playing again. They got to Super Mario World, quit. I'm never playing again. They got the Yoshi's Island, played it half the game, quit. I'm never playing again. When it got hard. You know, they got Mario Sunshine, quit. Never beat a Mario game. They just quit when it got hard. That's what women do. That's what women do. But when you work through it, when I figured out, I figured this out, man. A lot of women pass this trait down to their son. When the going get tough and it get hard, quit. Quit. When women raising young men, now they raise them to quit when it get hard. Oh, you don't like it here? Go to another school. It was back in the day where you gonna compete. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna quit. You gonna compete. You started. You gonna finish it. Women pass down that quitter gene, that cowardly gene to their men. They pass that parenting down, and the man is like, no, you tough. You gonna figure it out. You in the boxing ring, you training. You come on, this shit. I don't want to go back tomorrow. You don't have to go back. That's a mother trying to protect, but it's you. Men have to work. Young men have to learn to work through issues, and when I figured out how to work through my problems instead of quitting and shutting down, or maybe just walk away for a second and then come back. Like I might be stuck changing my brakes, whatever. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I just need to take a break, drink something, eat something, and come back. Or then I clear my mind and then I'm back at it. I might be putting together a dresser or something. Now I'm back at it. But when you just completely shut down and quit, you don't make any progress, in character. You don't make any progress in life. You can't quit. You have to work through issues. Everybody time they come to an issue, most of these people want to quit. They want to shut down. They don't want to speak about it. No, it's all, the relationship is over with, or I don't want to talk to you no more. Instead of communicating what's wrong, what went wrong, how can we fix it? How can we take this to the next level? Everybody want to shut the fuck down. We have to work through it. And when women that work through it, if you got a woman that always shut down and always going to pack up, that she's not marriageable. Same thing for guys, do that as well. They can't marry them. We have to work through people that want to, get the shovel, get the gloves, get the snowblower, get the lawnmower, get the siding, get the drill, get the hammer and the nails, get the tile for the floor, get the things for the roof. You know what I'm saying? And we got to work through it. And when we work through it, you feel so much more accomplished. It's the same thing like when you running on the treadmill or y'all walking on the Stairmaster. I can't get past 10 minutes. Then all of a sudden, one day, you like, man, it's 12 minutes. I'm blowing past. You feel accomplished. Women and some men have to learn to work through the issues. And when I learned that, that I just couldn't quit every time something got hard and I worked through it, I got stronger. But hey, hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.